Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
Back in the day when Ronaldo missed a sitter for United, I had a big like glass Ronaldo poster on the wall. I've come into my room fuming. You know when you're fuming, your mum shouted at you, and you're screaming like.
Wait,
I've come in.
Have you seen that video? The greatest freak out ever, like that. Take your shirts off,
and he's just like
slam your torso
and
down.
the guy's like, "You tripping, bro?" So anyway, I've come into my room. I've grabbed a large rubber. Yeah. Okay,
Wait,
and I've slinged it.
Surely not through the wall.
No,
at age 8.
No. I know I was strong and all, but I've slinged it at this Ronaldo glass poster. The thing's just gone.
And were you happy with it?
Wait, a glass poster?
Yeah, because he missed such an important thing. I was like so angry. I was like, I used to write. It was a calendar, right? So I used to write. Like all the stuff over like the glass, all the goals he'd scored every time he scored a goal. I was so like obsessed. It was very sad. Wow. Very sad. And it makes it even sadder because at least you got to meet Fabregas. Meanwhile, Ronaldo, if he saw me, he'd think skinny peasant.
That's the first thing Ronaldo thinks when he sees you. Skinny peasant.
But yeah, hopefully that time will come one day. I'll probably just say. Threw rubber at a poster if he wants. Yeah.
That's quite impressive to break glass with a rubber.
Oh, no, the anger was serious.
Yeah,
mate. You know, like when they always talk about like if a mother needs to lift a car to save her burning children.
Yeah, she will.
That's the adrenaline that I had.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
I used to have Match magazines up on my wall, and like I remember just ripping William Gallas's head off once, just in a like the same thing,
fury.
just a pure in a fury.
Rage.
You know, like probably just him taking the number 10. I was like, "You're a defender."
That's my number. I wear that at fucking Jersey. Outside.
You don't play in the Rooney role.
This is like the most ChrisMD rage of all time. It's so funny. I swear to God, yeah. When you're like between the ages of 8 and 12, that is when you peak in terms of strength. Yeah, the superhuman strength you have in those ages are ridiculous. I swear, I could.
Xbox controllers don't stand a chance.
No.
Like they get decimated. Like you just flick an arm at the wall, bang,
man.
gone.
Yeah, shit I used to do when I was 12 was crazy, man. I used to have an Xbox 360, right?
Yeah.
And it used to overheat every like 20 minutes. I'd be getting a new game, play 20 minutes, and just shut off. And I'd get so pissed. So what I would do, and I tell you what, I was way ahead of the game, engineering genius. I would open my window, I got an extension cable, I actually put my Xbox and put it on the outside of the window, on the window ledge with sellotape so it would stick to the window and didn't fall 2 stories down.
Wow.
And I swear to God, the shit would not turn off.
Really?
I was playing I was like, there's no overheating here, baby. Fresh air.
Mate, I remember losing a FIFA game once, and I whacked the top of my Xbox 360, pulled out the disc, and it's got like lines all across it because I'd hit it so that it had like scraped the disc.
Super strength.
I'd say worst day of my life.
To be fair though, if you tried to recreate that now, you couldn't do it.
No,
because I'm telling you, the power and the precision of a 10-year-old, is outrageous.
Close. No.
But no, I you know what? I never really had too much like rage moments. I probably broke like 1 or 2 controllers max. But back in the FIFA days, like people were cycling through controllers weekly.
Yeah.
You know?
And, I swear, there's some FIFA YouTubers like break the desk, you know, like slam it.
Harry, like the amount of times. Harry,
but that's all for the camera, isn't it? He's not actually angry.
No, he's not. But you know,
he doesn't get angry. Really,
he's filming at. He only filmed at like 2 a.m. Right, and so I'm trying to sleep, and then I wake up to crash, bang, smack, and he's kicking off. I've woken up as if I'm in the middle of a fucking war zone. And then I go through, I'm like, all right. And he's there like, oh yeah, so I was just doing like pack opening like that. There's about 4 holes in his wall with like, the controller just still hanging out of them.
I remember watching a W2S video and like obviously knowing that you guys live on like the 40th floor or whatever in London, and he just wings a controller at the window, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, do you not understand? Like, there are some limits here, Harry. Like, this isn't for content
those
anymore.
were fucking military windows. The heat coming in from that shit was different.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Those windows had seen some shit and been through some shit.
You gotta throw a controller in there though. Audience retention, man. Like, it's gotta be done.
Yeah.
It's so true. So you've done, you worked with all those guys, but another time you did actually go out with Harry was out to Canada to film with Real Madrid, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's actually like a really interesting backstory to this because, or maybe not backstory, but after you guys had filmed, because this was at a time Real Madrid had just messaged you and Harry and said, we'd love you to come and film with the team when we're doing like pre-season out in Canada. And obviously Harry's come through to me. He's like, oh my, Real Madrid have asked me to go through. He's like, I'm praying Eden Hazard is one of the players. Because you didn't get told the players. You were just like, we'll give you some access to some of the players.
They said 4 players.
Yeah, and Hazard had just moved. Yeah, just moved.
He'd just gone for 80 mil, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, if it's Hazard, like
it would have banged.
Yeah,
like it would have it's super popper. Anyways, explain that whole series, because there's a bit of afters after the filming, right?
Well, I'm trying to tell these stories without losing all my future relationships.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sticking you in the mud every time.
It's fine.
It's okay.
So yeah, we filmed, and the shoot went really, really well, and everything. It went perfectly and everything. Really well, so well. And then, unfortunately, one of the players transferred, went out on loan afterwards, and so then they couldn't actually have him in the content. Like legally, this other team owned the rights for him.
Yeah.
So then we had to. They said like you can either try and cut him out or something. And so me and my editor spent like 2 weeks just masking this guy out of the footage. So if you saw the video when it was live, that was without one of the. We filmed with 4 players and we cut out one player
entire
of the whole
person
video by masking and taking out like his audio and everything like this.
Yeah.
And we smashed it. I thought it was really, really good. But then it turned out that something else had happened, or like someone higher up at Real Madrid had basically just said, like, we can't have these going out anymore. And so we were like, well, that's sort of like a week of our lives that we'll never get back.
Because you've flown all the way out
1 week
there.
for Harry, not 3 weeks like it was for me.
Wait,
So
why was it 3 weeks of your life?
Because we then spent 2 weeks.
The 2 weeks masking it and
sorting
stuff.
out.
That's outrageous. They owe you some
So
money.
are you allowed to
was
say
with you
why it?
They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us. That's what was the annoying thing. That's why me and Harry uploaded our videos, because we were like, I think we deserve to actually be told why this can't go out. We've spent this amount. Like, obviously, it's sick to be taken out to Real Madrid. Like, that is, we're so privileged to do that. But for like 3 weeks of our time, for them to just be told, sorry, it can't go out, it's just like really?
That's bang out of order.
Yeah,
No,
we've
it is
not
actually
signed
bang out of
anything
order.
as well. So it was like, realistically,
You pretty much nearly spent a month doing fucking all that for nothing.
So, exactly.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, and it was video with Hazard as well, so it was like, it's a banger.
Well, yeah, so Hazard was one of the 4 players in
it. It wasn't even like he didn't perform badly. There wasn't anything in the video that you could see as like, it was just not being told what's wrong that was really annoying.
So I had my conspiracy as to why they didn't want to go this to go out, right?
Okay.
And my conspiracy was actually
Hazard
Eden Hazard at the time. Maybe he didn't look great in it, but more so his performances in the league were pretty poor at the time.
Honestly,
the bat,
he just scored. Like I remember watching his performances, and he just scored his debut goal, and that's when they were like, "Can't have."
Was he doing a preseason Higuain?
Oh, what were they just coming overweight? But he is notorious for that.
Yeah,
though.
He gained like 10 kg overweight.
Yeah, always.
Definitely he did.
Definitely was overweight.
He didn't look particularly big in the video. Like, you know, like the bottom was as
not
pert
particularly,
as usual, you know, like a few times when you're just sort
he
of
does have mad
glance
bundle
when he's
though.
taking shots.
Eden Hazard does have a massive ass. Like,
He's got a great bum.
and a great
So
compliment
good.
by the way.
I'd say probably the best in football. I'm trying to think.
It's better than most goals I've ever seen, in my opinion. And
It's very, very good. I'm trying to think who rivals him.
Harry.
Not many.
Struggling.
Harry's got a peachy one.
Mate, I saw both of them in the flesh, and there was no
Sweats
question.
as well. Obviously, we're all friends with Harry here, so we've all been privileged enough to grab Harry's ass, right?
With consent.
With consent, of course.
Yeah.
Right, Chris?
No, yeah, you just seem to stutter on the consent line there. But
Listen, what me and Harry do in our spare time is
none of our business.
yes.
Yeah.
But no, like Eden Hazard, literally, you could
crazy.
rest this pint on the back of it, and it'd be perfectly fine.
But it's crazy how he's dropped off since then. But he's had injuries, hasn't he?
He has had a lot of injuries.
I've really paid that much
but
attention.
he's still registered a few games, and he's not doing much.
Yeah.
It's weird though, like the Real Madrid fans as well, like they are very hot and cold on people, aren't they? Like I remember like Bale, he got so much stick.
Crazy,
yeah. And I always thought as well, Eden Hazard, like coming from the Prem, we call it the toughest league, he's gone from Chelsea to Real Madrid. I thought he's gonna have a field day over there. It's gonna be like 20 goals, 20 assists, whatever.
Yeah. But he should have done that. I think
that's what I thought was
I think
gonna
it is
happen.
injuries. I just hate, you know, when a player signs for Barca or Real Madrid and they stick them out in front of the crowd and make them do like 20 keepy ups, and it's just like it's such a recipe for disaster, because if you stick any professional football, like they're gonna feel the pressure.
They've done it a few times, and the players have had a stinker.
Two of my favorite ones. You guys will be able to check these videos out as well. I think the first one with Ousmane Dembele, they just signed for like 120 or a mil.
Yes.
And so what they do is in front of the board, like so they take them to the new camp, and then there's a board behind them with the Barcelona sponsors and stuff, and they just ask them, can you please do some keepy uppy so we can get some shots so we can put out on socials, whatever. And somehow, like the press are still just putting these videos out, and it's the geezer not being able to do more than like 3 keepy uppies, and it just looks like the worst bit of like, what is it, like PR that could possibly happen. They've done that, right? Okay, so the Ousmane Dembele one happens, right? And you think, right, okay, they've learned their lesson. They're not gonna do this again. They're not gonna do that. And I might got the order mixed up here, but then I swear they signed Paulinho. He was at Brazilian. Paulinho. Yes. The same thing happened.
Well, that's because he genuinely wasn't a very good player.
No. But it doesn't matter. If you are a footballer, you can do 5 keepy uppies, Chris.
Right. So when we were filming with Trent the other day, he was doing stuff for the Sport Bible, and like, so before they were doing like half volleys or something, and like, mate, Trent's half volleys are the best I have ever seen. Like, it was insane. Like, he's outside of the box, edge of the D, and they're like, so can you just hit a few half volleys? And he's like, yeah, where do you want it? Like, which GoPro am I aiming for? And he hits 10 half volleys, like, you know, as the ball bounces, and like they're all within like a I don't know, like a 5-meter radius or like a 3-meter radius. And for half volleys, like, what the hell? How can you hit a half volley on the edge of the box like 10 in a row and get them all in?
That is wild.
It was mental. But like they also asked him to do like some sort of like freestyle, like juggling or something. And it was crazy. It was like he didn't have that many tricks in the locker. Yeah. And certain footballers, like Messi, for example, I know that he just has no like he just doesn't have any skills in the locker. Because why would you if you've never like...
Well, they mean nothing in the game, right?
Exactly.
It's literally for show.
It was just crazy seeing Trent so good at all of this, and then like... Just, I think the guy said to him, like, have you got any tricks that you like to use or anything? I was like, not really.
Not really. Yeah.
Just like, that's
probably do
crazy.
about around the world or something, maybe.
Yeah, but like, why would you need to?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
You know, everyone knows people who are like terrible on a football pitch but can do like round the world and stuff like that. And it's
like
so
every freestyler ever.
Well, yeah.
I think like, what was it? They had a team actually. My old club Rebel FC. We played against a team filled with freestylers. And we packed them in 11-0.
Really?
Yeah.
But having said that,
11-0, and you're talking like, you know, some of the best freestylers
well, they can
in the
freestyle,
UK.
but they don't have any other ability on the pitch, right?
Wow. I thought F2FC were better than that, but
well, they didn't lose 11-0 to us, to be fair.
Oh, that's
so. But yeah, no. Anyways, I just thought the whole that whole like keepy uppy thing is really actually interesting, because I don't know, you just assume that they'd be able to do all these cool tricks and things like that, but I suppose they just don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to use it on the pitch, really.
I'd love to see Messi trying like a rainbow flick or something, just to know if like.
No, he's got to be able to do a rainbow flick. Chris, come on.
Oh,
what do you reckon?
No, Chris, I can do a rainbow flick. Messi can do a rainbow flick.
All right, maybe not a rainbow flick, but like you know, like a double around the world or something like that.
Yeah, okay, maybe that. Yeah.
Okay, right. Listen up, Messi. If you're watching this, we know you're watching this. Could you please just post a video of you attempting a rainbow flick or back-to-back around the world?
Yeah, exactly. You can't have Chris Dixon slandering your...
Not like this, King.
It wasn't... Sorry, mate.
There we go. If you don't post it, Messi...
We know you can't do it.
You can't do it.
Because there's no chance he's not watching this.
No, he's 100... Bro, all his mates are sending in this video right now.
Yes, 100%.
I've had a DM off Messi saying, love the pod, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Get me on at some point.
He says, bro.
Keep up the good work, my broski bro. And I said, no problem, my brizzle.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so have you seen this Twitch clip of Aguero when he's streaming and Messi just phones him?
Yeah.
They're
proper good friends.
I've never seen like, except for that interview Messi did when he almost left Barca. I find it so fascinating whenever Messi talks, because you never see him like doing interviews or anything.
Yeah.
And like Aguero just phones him and they're just chatting about like what they're doing next week, the family and stuff like this. And it's just so weird hearing Messi.
What, in English or
Spanish? But like there's subtitles and stuff. It's very, very cool.
Mate, you're so right, because you know Ronaldo, comfortable in front of camera, always in front of camera, more than happy to share his life on social media. You get very little of that from Messi. So even those tiny interactions, you're talking about in my opinion, the greatest player of all time.
Exactly, and that's why, like, even him just having a conversation,
It's
like,
so
it's so
crazy.
sad, but it's so powerful. Like, you're just watching, like, just give me more.
Yeah,
I just want to know everything about
I'll tell you what, Chris. So obviously we've got to ask this question with you being like one of the biggest football YouTubers on the planet.
I would say you are the biggest.
Yeah, I'll put you. You are right up there.
Name someone bigger.
I mean, Harry
the
doesn't.
F2 have more subscribers.
Nah.
it's a
In
bit
terms of right
different.
here, right now, you are at the top.
F2 haven't been
top
on
dog.
this pod, so it's got to be you. To be
I
honest.
mean, yes, very true.
Yeah.
And if
After
Messi's
this
watching
podcast-
he knows as
Yeah.
well.
Well, anyway, we do need to get your answer on this. The greatest footballer of this generation, of all time, maybe, if you want to bring in the old guys.
'Cause Pele's a fraud, by the way.
What I'm really asking here is Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi?
It's Lionel Messi. It's obvious.
Alright.
But it's not even. I
Alright.
don't think it's even a conversation for people that know ball. If it's Messi or it's.
Don't.
There was
No,
a
no,
few
no,
years-
no,
a lot of
no, no,
controversy
no,
going to be
no.
happening.
We can't
comments
take
on
the
that.
United fans'
Honestly.
point of view.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I saw a
I'll be
tweet- I
biased.
saw a tweet once that said the only people that think Ronaldo's better than Messi are people who look at themselves at the gym, people who support Man United, and people who support Real Madrid.
I fall into
And
the
it's
United
the
category.
truest
So
words I have ever heard in my
technically, it
life.
might be true, but you know.
Well, and you do look at yourself in the gym sometimes as well. I've
Well,
clocked
when
it.
you got biceps like this, guys,
It's hard not to.
hard not to. But
But
yeah,
the thing, there was a few years where Ronaldo was better than Messi because Messi just had a few stinky years.
Yeah.
But like, was there?
Still 40 goals a season.
I'd still love to see Messi do it in a different league and a different team. Don't get it wrong. I would love to see that.
He's got the most goals
I
against the English top
I
four.
was
than
so
like,
down for Messi to go to City. You know,
I love that.
second
still
biggest
want that
United
to happen.
rivals behind
Yes.
Liverpool, and I would still let that
Yep.
happen. Just so that means we
Just to
can
see
watch
it.
Messi week in, week out, and I want to
love it,
see
mate.
how it would be in the Prem. It'd be cool to see.
It would be really
And
cool.
I do think he would bang it.
But
Yeah.
going back to Messi v Ronaldo, like obviously Ronaldo is such a sick player, and like,
Yeah.
but I don't think if you're talking top players of all time, I don't think he's top three.
What?
personally.
Ronaldo or
Ronaldo's not top 3.
I wouldn't put Ronaldo top 3. I'd say,
I swear to God,
I would say Messi, Maradona, Pele, but I don't know. I haven't really watched.
Well, I'm
enough
glad
of
you were
Pele,
alive to
but,
watch
like,
them all play.
I would say yeah. I'd say Ronaldo probably the best goal scorer of all time as an
interesting.
athlete and just incredible.
Yeah.
But as best footballer of all time, I don't think he's in the top
Interesting.
3.